Welcome back to our live post-game coverage here on CBS News Philadelphia as we take a look at a jubilant crowd of Eagles fans on South Street. Police asked those fans to start moving down south on Broad Street, and I guess to begin clearing the area. We'll see if they listen to the officers' plea. Right now, it doesn't seem as though they are. Peacefully, it looks from my vantage point as though they are celebrating once again the Eagles punching their ticket to Super Bowl 59 2 weeks from tonight on Sunday, February 9th, which just so happens to be Saquon Barkley's birthday. It'll be his 28th birthday 2 weeks from today. Sports Reporter Don Bell and sports reporter Pat Gowan are live at Lincoln Financial Field where all of the scoring unfolded. Gentlemen, I know we talk a lot, and I envision lots of different things happening in this game. 55-23, not one of them.
No, I did. Listen, I had them winning by double digits.
Yeah, you were confident about that.
I had them scoring more than 30 points, but I didn't see this coming. A double nickel. I mean, this was a complete, thorough thrashing.
Let me check my bingo card. Did not have that on the said bingo card, that is for sure. I thought it was going to be a tight one. I think a lot of people thought it was. I didn't see the thrashing coming like this, but as a buddy of mine texted me, they are a wagon. They are moving right now, and they cannot be stopped, and we can go across the board. You can take it wherever you want to take it right now.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let's start off with Saquon, because that's where all conversations in 2024, 2025 now should start.
Yeah.
Barkley with his 7th touchdown of 60-plus. We are in record territory. He is undeniably the heart and soul of this team. He is the engine that makes it go.
Or as we've been saying on Sunday Kickoff, he is inevitable.
He is
It is inevitable that he will break one, and he did it on the first play from scrimmage. Coming off an 18-play drive by Washington to start things off, he goes 18 seconds into the end zone and really sets the tone for what would be a 55-point day. But I asked pretty much every person that I spoke to on the field, is there anything you can say about him that hasn't already been said? They couldn't come up with anything.
No.
And Brandon Graham basically just said, dog. He's a dog.
All the superlatives, they're all out there, right? And you mentioned the first play from scrimmage for Saquon, the 60-yard touchdown run. And I just wanted to describe to people what it was like to be in this building. And on a couple of occasions during that sequence, right? Washington gets the ball to start. They go 18 plays. During that possession, they were 2 for 5 on third downs. But more importantly, they were 2 for 2 on fourth downs, which let you know right from the beginning they were going to be aggressive. They were not going to be denied. You were going to have to play this football game on their terms in some kind of way. And so the defense was on the field for a long time. And then the Eagles get the ball, and then immediately, they score 7 points just like that, and it happens in a matter of 18 seconds, I believe, was the total running time on that play.
That's right.
And then this crowd erupted. All of a sudden, you just felt it. It was coursing through your veins.
Yeah, you felt the wave of emotion from this fan base that has given this team a boost all year. And let's face it, look, after what happened last year and what happened earlier in the season, could you fault them for being on pins and needles in big games toward the end of the year? No, I don't think you could, but Saquon Barkley shows up, Jalen Hurts shows up, the defense shows up across the board, Nick Sirianni, everyone spoke so highly of him that I spoke to on the field after the game. Just a complete team effort from top to bottom. Not really many holes you can poke in this one, that's for sure.
No, you can't. And so one of the advantages that you and I have is to actually be here. And it's not just be here in the stands like 70,000 people. It's actually put your shoes on the turf and walk this field as the confetti is falling. Because for the people at home, that's when you see the family members, the structure behind the successful players, right? You see the people who have helped them get to this point. Saquon Barkley, we saw him walk this field with his wife and his children, and watching him hold his daughter. in his arms as she's looking up at the sky. Remember, he played for the Giants. He never got a sniff of this kind of success.
Not at all.
And you could see the enjoyment from the family members. And that to me is just like, you never forget that.
No doubt about it. Yeah, you look around and you saw Saquon, you saw A.J. Brown with his 2 kids and his wife on the field, soaking it all in. And it just means so much to these guys because of how much work they put in, not only in a physical way, but as we learned from A.J. Brown and in the inner excellence and the book talk, in a mental way too, that this is a long grind of a season. And for them to overcome what they overcame last year, first couple of weeks of this year, run 10 straight, run through the playoffs the way they have, it takes something special, not only physically, but mentally, and they've achieved that. And they've got one more to go, but it's really been a sight to behold here.
It was interesting because we had a few good minutes with A.J. Brown, and he pointed out something that I think us as media members and fans, we don't quite understand what this is like. He talked about how during the week when he has to talk to the media and he's got to go about life, it's more like performative arts, right?
Yeah.
He's got to talk about things that really don't have a whole lot to do with football. He's got to put on this facade and, ask the questions. But when it comes down to being in between the lines, that's when the magic really happens. And he talked about that being like a safe place. So it was just fascinating hearing him talk about that in this kind of setting.
Yeah, and the guy has been amazing since he stepped foot here into Philadelphia with this team. He and Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts and that offensive line. I know that there were question marks coming into the playoffs. Do you think they squashed all that with a performance like this?
I think, you know what? I think they did probably nationally. Locally, we'll still get on Jalen in the passing game because it's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I think I was just getting a cue from the control room. One more time.
We got sound.
Okay.
Cooper DeJean.
All right, so let's go ahead and listen to Cooper DeJean. We caught up with him on the field here not too long ago.
Not a bad way to start your career. What's this feel like?
It doesn't even feel real. It's crazy. That we get to go play in the Super Bowl. The last game, of the year, of the season. It's awesome.
What would you say about these fans? I know, listen, your first experience here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. I know, they show up to every game. I know they're going to show up in New Orleans too.
I can't imagine what it's like to be Cooper DeJean or Quinion Mitchell. Like, your NFL career is like, I don't know, how old is the NFL career? Less than a year, and then all of a sudden you're at the point where the mountaintop, you can see it.
Yeah.
You talked to Quinion Mitchell. What did he tell you?
Yeah, I basically asked, did you think that you could step into a situation like this and you got confetti flying in year one? And he kind of, yeah, but no, one of those answers like,
right.
Yeah, you always sort of dream of it, but when you get out here and you put the work in, and it certainly makes it all worth it. And what a season he has had. And really, I think you can point to Cooper DeJean being inserted into the starting lineup as the turning point for not only the defense, but the team as a whole. He was, I think, the switch, the igniter to what the defense did for the, last 2/3 of the season.
I know. There's a reason they're number one, and he's a big part of it.